Something I've realized about living in the modern digital age is that in the modern digital age, boyfriends are actually just photographers you can scream at. That's kind of a fun little twist I've noticed in modern times.
Well, I couldn't agree more. And honestly, like, I do think having a boyfriend or husband who's like even semi-decent at taking pictures of you is the ultimate hack, because like what other photographer would let you scream at them?
Okay, but I would also say this. It's like you might be thinking like, well, my boyfriend or husband, they can't take decent pictures of me. It's because you're not screaming at them enough. You have to scream at them early in the relationship so that by the middle of the relationship, they know how to take good pictures. Midnight Milkshake.
I also think, again, like when it comes to your friends or your loved ones taking photos of you, it is on you to direct them, but I also think it's on you to gauge, okay, I think a sign that someone loves you is their willingness to listen and try to take a good picture of you in earnest, regardless of how long that takes and regardless of how upset you get in the process. If someone loves you or likes you for the most part, helping you get a good picture of yourself that you like will be a priority for them. And I really believe that. And if someone doesn't want to help you get a good picture and they're not actually willing to try and go out of their way to make that happen for you, I think they don't like you. And I've always said, if you're someone who, like, when you look in the mirror or you take pictures of yourself and you like how you look, but the second that friend takes a picture of you, you see the picture and you're like, oh my God, I need to lose 15 pounds stat. That friend just doesn't like you.
That's your enemy.
That's your enemy. Like, and I really, truly, I believe this in my heart and soul. Like, there are friends who will photograph you and you will be like, wow, I'm hot. Those people like you. There are friends who will photograph you. You go, oh my God, I'm a fucking whale. Like, I'm gonna go jump off a bridge when I get home. Yeah, you can't fuck with that person anymore. It's a really good litmus test.
What I do like, though, I like to think about how, like, in the pre-digital age, if you saw, like, a woman screaming at her boyfriend in the park, you would think, like, uh-oh, maybe he cheated on her, or maybe he has a secret second family, maybe he did something really wrong. And now, if you see a woman screaming at her boyfriend in the park, it's like, oh, yeah, I bet he took an unflattering picture of her. I bet she said she wanted the photo to be kind of like an upward angle looking down, and instead he went a downward angle looking up. Sidebar real quick. Photographers have to stop taking pictures like from down up into your chin. No one's ever liked that angle, and every photographer loves to do that angle. Sorry.
Yeah, because okay, here's my thing. What a photographer often like wants to capture. I get if you're like a Life magazine photographer and you're taking pictures of freaking, not to be rude, but like starving children, and you want to like really capture the vibe and essence of the photo. Like, you're gonna want to like kind of get a real like naturalistic looking angle, but like most of us aren't starving, so like we need a more flattering angle.
And I just want to be
Can
so
I
clear.
say that?
I just want to apologize.
I'm just trying to be candid. Like, I'm trying to explain why I think that photographers get unflattering angles, and I think it's because they're trying to capture quote unquote like real life, but it's like that's not what like people who live fake lives want from their photos.
Yeah, and I also want to take just a moment real quick to apologize to all of our listeners who are children who are starving. I know we have a big listenership of starving children, and we really appreciate you listening, because we know it takes like a lot of strength for you to just like press play on Spotify.
Yeah, because you're really hungry.
Because you're really hungry, and I am sorry about that. And I wish, but even that though, it's like, hey man, maybe if you took more flattering pictures of people who are starving, then those pictures would get more circulation and more magazines, and then more aid organizations would be able to more easily raise funds to get them food.
That's so true. You're working like, okay, maybe it's like photographers who do kind of like photojournalism.
Yes.
It's like you're working too hard to capture how real it is in a way where people are like, we don't even want to see that.
Yeah.
Okay. This is kind of unrelated, but I really hated growing up when like a parent would be like, you have to eat all your food because like there are kids like starving overseas, because like I always thought this. I'm like, I have no way of getting it to them anyway. Like, okay, do you know what I mean? Like, it's like either this food goes in my body or it goes in the trash can, but I have no distribution mechanism of getting leftover food to a starving children overseas.
My dad's like, you need to finish your mashed potatoes. There are kids starving overseas. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I pull out an envelope. I shovel my mashed potatoes into the envelope. I just write overseas.
Yeah, I'm like, do you want me to do like an airtight Ziploc bag? I don't know where to send it. Like, it's just like so annoying.
Well, also it puts the burden on the child. It's like, you need to finish it. I'm like, I don't know, maybe you need to make a more appropriate portion, or you need to be allocating a percentage of your meals to overseas children.
Yeah.
This is me screaming at my mom because I didn't want to eat my vegetables.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, it's your fault for not allocating a portion of your cooking to be shipped by FedEx overseas.
Yeah.
For hundreds of dollars.
To me, I'm like, this is a parents and FedEx problem. This has nothing to do with your 5-year-old child who doesn't want to eat the nasty broccoli you cooked. Nasty broccoli.
Of course, it is
Sorry.
just to teach you to be grateful for the things you have, because not everyone in the world has the benefit. So you should make the most of the things you have. And
Yeah,
be
I just don't
grateful
like
for
the
them.
framing of it.
What's a good framing? Do you think that what would have gotten you
first
to
of all,
eat the food?
don't make me finish my food. My body's not a trash can.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's all. Don't make me. If I don't want to eat it, I don't want to eat it. Leave me alone.
Okay, so
And I think making kids eat things they don't want to is it just sets a really bad precedent.
but then wouldn't that just lead to like the ice cream for dinner of it all, where it's like, oh, kids should only eat what they want to,
No,
or kids
I
only
think
want
that
to eat
kids.
trash?
I think kids naturally. My pediatrician would say this about me. Kids naturally, eventually, will make the right food choices. It's like if you give a kid ice cream for dinner every night, after a couple weeks, they're gonna be like, "Please, mommy, some peas, please." Like your body wants things that are good for you in the long run. I really dispute this. And okay, the reason I dispute this is because I was a child who was very deprived of sugar and treats. I've talked about this ad nauseum, but my friend, one of my best friends growing up, she can attest to this. She like grew up getting to eat whatever she wanted. She could eat candy all day if she wanted. And when we were in middle school and I finally had access to a debit card and I could buy myself like treats and snacks and candy, I would eat so much candy, I would like get sick over it.
You got access to a debit card in middle school?
Yeah. When did you get access to a debit card?
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
when I got one as
I've been a Wells
adult.
Fargo customer since 2004, which is when I was 9 years old.
Who like again, this is also like
What?
you're like, I don't want to be I don't need to be forced to eat my peas. I'm trying to close banking deals and make financial decisions. Mother, take my peas away. I have to get back to my study.
I feel like this conversation has really gotten away from like me and what the point I was trying to make.
Well, no,
Because
go back to it, because your point is you were deprived of sugar, and
my
then when
point
you could
is-
get sugar,
my
you ate
point
too
is
much.
like, yes, my diet was heavily controlled and my friend's diet was not controlled. And ultimately, I would say she probably made better food choices than I did, because I was the kind of kid who the second that I got around candy or any of the contraband foods that weren't allowed in my house, I was a freaking monster about it. Like I would eat so much shit that I'd like often puke. Seriously, I would eat like sweets until I freaking chucked. What do they call it?
I think
Upchucked until I upchucked. I would.
So your parents would like walk into your room. You've puked
Well,
sweet
no, I would.
tarts
This
all
was
over
never
your
at
front.
my house. It would be like at a birthday party. And I wonder why I wasn't invited to more birthday parties. Probably because I was freaking weird at the snack table.
Yeah, you would eat so many snacks, you would upchuck all over yourself.
Yeah. And to this day, I have trouble controlling myself around like sweets and appetizing snacks.
Well, you don't even try to control yourself.
No,
around
I don't.
sweets and
Well, not
appetizing
anymore,
snacks.
because I realize the more you try to control yourself, the worse it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the more that I just go for it, Dana, the less I'll actually
So
end up
your
eating.
lesson is you shouldn't be forced to eat peas, and when it comes to candy and sweets, go for it. It seems like we're building a
Well, no, I
parenting
wouldn't-
philosophy
no,
here
but
that's
here's my
not
thing.
healthy.
It's like don't force me to eat sweets and treats. Don't force me. If I say I'm done with my brownie, I'm done with my brownie. I'll finish the brownie. But you don't have to just take like if you try to make me finish the brownie, how dare you?
You just have this
But,
case that
what?
think about like, oh, well, if you leave kids alone, they'll organically
I think they
walk
will.
away from the candy and cake and go
Yeah.
to the peas and the
Well,
Brussels sprouts. I don't think they will.
I always say at age 25, I started craving vegetables. But
that's 25. That's
yeah,
pretty
so
late in your development.
that's okay.
Here's what I will say. My parents were pretty giving with food.
Mm-hmm.
We had candy. We had like, I could eat any. There was no type of food that was really denied me.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know if it necessarily made me healthier, because I still eat sweet treats all the time. I still have like, I eat whatever I want all the time. It's not as
Yeah,
if
you
like,
eat whatever you want, but like, okay, how do I say this? Like when I met you, I knew you had like the skinny programming.
that's called being broke. When you met me, I had no money. So when
Yeah.
you met me,
No, but when I met you, I could tell like you had a normal relationship with food.
I would say that's probably accurate. I would say
Yeah.
I had a normal relationship with food.
And like I have a normal relationship with food, but that's because I have worked really hard to achieve that.
Yeah. I would say that your normal relationship, like I wouldn't even call it necessarily normal. I would
You
say that
wouldn't?
I'd say that you now have, I think you have successfully worked through your issues with food.
Yes.
Yeah. And now you have a normal relationship with it. But again, your arc to get to the normal, I'd say, is pretty abnormal. So I guess I would push back on just calling it normal now.
But it is normal now.
It is normal now.
So,
But I would say, like, if someone said, oh, yeah, what's Dana's relationship with food overall?
yeah, I would be like, at this juncture,
At
healthy.
this juncture. At this juncture.
I've had a lot of issues with it in my life. But as what woman has not? And I'd also say men also have issue, but like I always say, man get issue later in life.
Here's what I
man
noticed.
late.
Here's what I
man
noticed.
late to ED party.
Here's what I've noticed you do a lot.
Yeah.
You say, as I always say, and I've always said this a lot. And I do think that's the benefit of someone who you talk all the time and you hit your talking points all the time, where everything you say, you've said 8 times.
Yeah.
It is also funny because people will say, like, oh, you're very well spoken, you're great chat. And it's like, yeah, because she's run this exact philosophy and conversation.
I've rehearsed.
Yeah. But anyway, going back to your point, I always say this about myself, where it's like, I literally think I tried to have I think I basically almost mentally tried to have an unhealthy relationship with food, but I didn't even understand food enough to do it. Like when I was in high school, I was like, well, I don't want to eat any like fatty foods. So I would like look for things that were like 0 grams fat, but then I would just eat a ton of sugar. Like I would get like giant things of soda and cause it's like no fat. I'm like, yeah, it's like raw sugar. And then I'd wonder when it's like, hey, I still don't feel like I'm unhealthy or anything. And it's like, no, I'm just got the suggies.
You got the big sugar.
I got the
and
big
you do have a
suggies.
big sweet tooth for specifically soda.
I love soda and I love ice cream.
But again, drinking full sugar soda is something like, again, I always say this. I always say this.
You always say this?
I always say this. I always say this. I am very healed from my, I'm starting to call it nom dysfunction instead of schmeating disorder because I realize it gets flagged.
That's what like Miss Rachel would use to teach kids how to eat healthy.
Nom dysfunction. So I, Dana Donnelly, am a nom dysfunction historical sufferer. But I am very like over my nom dysfunction. Like I'm not doing anything weird these days. But I will say like I will never be over it enough to drink full sugar soda. That's crazy to me. Or order one of those like 500 calorie mango chai cream things from Starbucks. Whenever I see people order those like freaking full sugar with real milk and like all this shit in it, I literally am like, that blows my mind. To me in my head, the only people who quote unquote get to have this, and this is a nom dysfunction thought, get to have this are 14-year-old tall boys. Like I literally am like, and that's always what I say too. Like, if I could be reincarnated as anything for like a week, I would want to be reincarnated as a 14-year-old boy because then I could really go to town on food.
Whose mom is like, she's blonde and she drives a Subaru. And she wears sunglasses and she orders for all of them.
Not Subaru, like a Suburban.
Suburban, excuse me. She drives a Suburban.
Yeah.
And she has sunglasses on and like all of her boys are around her and she like orders for them at every place. And they're all like always like, they're like barely paying attention.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, so we're going to get the venti. Carson, what do you want, Carson? Oh, fuck, no, I just want. All right, so Carson's gonna get the venti matcha chai with a strawberry refresher shot.
Yeah,
frappe.
That's exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I always say like, okay, have you ever heard of a breve latte?
No, but I'm excited to hear about it.
So a breve latte is a latte that instead of milk, it's made with half and half. So extremely decadent, like literally crazy. Breve latte is crazy town. And I've seen many people online have the take where it's like, who the frick is getting breve lattes? And to that, I would say one time I saw someone getting breve latte. Who were they? 14-year-old boy, looked like he was fresh out of soccer practice.
When I was a 14-year-old boy, I would get frozen mochas from Panera.
That's what I'm saying. And those have like freaking 700 calories. Yeah. So I'm like, the only people in our society that I can see, understand sustainably getting these like insane drinks, just like as an addition to their meal, are 14-year-old boys, because that is the person with the fastest metabolism in our whole society.
Yeah.
They're burning calories like you don't even know.
I do know. I was a 14-year-old boy and I burned a ton of calories.
Exactly.
I would have frozen mochas. I would make myself paninis around the house all the time. We had like a toaster where it was like the kind where it was like a toaster oven, and I would just like, we would always have like cold cuts and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would just make paninis and watch Smallville in my bedroom all day.
See, that sounds fabulous. Okay, but you know what I'm realizing too is I do think 14 years old is probably the time in your life where men and women have the biggest discrepancy in the amount of calories that they're eating? Because I would assert that around 14 is when a lot of women start to restrict, and a lot of men naturally are eating more than they've ever eaten in their whole freaking lives.
We're trying
exactly.
to suddenly it becomes socially advantageous for a boy to be bigger.
Yeah.
And it becomes socially advantageous, and I think this is a problem with society. For women to be smaller.
Like, I would assert that the average 14-year-old woman is eating 400 calories a day, and the average 14-year-old boy is eating 4,000 calories a day.
I'm just picturing, and again, this is older, and then those two, they grow into like your typical SEC couple, where it's like big, slovenly, kind of like offensive lineman, like basic guy with a double chin, and then just like super skinny, blonde-haired, fake tan sorority girl.
Exactly.
But here's the thing about the SEC couple types. Every now and then I'll see a post on social
media.
What
does that stand for? Southern...
something conference. It's like Southern
Eastern.
Can't be Eastern because it's already Southern. Maybe it's Southeastern Conference.
Like you're talking about like the Duke and like the Bama
Eastern
schools.
Conference. Yeah, like Alabama. Like I literally think of like
Alabama.
Bama, LSU, that type of vibe.
Tulane.
And every couple there, it's just kind of like a not fat, a husky boy. It's like a husky boy, and he's wearing a polo, and it's ill-fitting, and his hair is just kind of tufts, and he just has like a faraway, deadened look in his eye. And then his girlfriend is just sorority social chair, fake tan, blonde, and that's every couple in the SEC.
Yeah, he's Carson who got the mango chai. Yeah.
She's Tiffany who just stop asking me about it. I'm fine.
Yeah, she's Tiffany who's getting the train to iced black tea with 4 Splendas. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
And if you know, get help.
And if you know, please seek help. Please seek help.
Whenever the SEC couples get brought up, people act like it's inexplicable. I'm like, it's the most explicable. It's the most thing.
Yeah, like what's confusing here?
What's confusing?
There's never been 2 people that make more sense.
Because that guy is like, his dad golfs, he golfs. That is also a real thing where it's like there's just a certain type of dude where like they golf at like 19. I really don't understand golfing under the age of 50.
No, earlier than that. They like start taking golf lessons. Okay, this is the whole thing with this generation of golfers, millennial golfers, is there are probably better golfers than the boomer golfers because their dads were already into golf. And so their dads had this big goal of getting their sons into golf young. And a lot of them were inspired. Like I know most boomer dads are around the same age as Tiger Woods. And a lot of boomer dads, my boomer dad, loved Tiger Woods, and they love specifically the story of Tiger Woods' dad making him learn to golf when he was really young. And so I think it's the mission of a lot of boomer dads to get their kids in like golf lessons and take their kids to the driving range really young.
Yeah.
Like my dad would take me to the driving range. It just never stuck. I was really not good at it. But
I don't think I couldn't.
And I would get dress coded on the golf course. But I maintained that was just because I was fat. They were always like, her skirt's too short. I'm like, if my legs were skinnier, no one would be complaining. And I really believe that to this day.
Here's the thing, I bet you were right, but also that's not the kind of energy they want at a golf course.
Well, they didn't want my energy. It didn't matter what I was wearing. They didn't want my energy at the golf course.
Even
I guarantee
that tone you just hit right now, that is not a golf course tone. Well, they did not want that at the golf course.
Well, you have to talk in hushed tones on the golf course. They also hate loud talkers at the golf course.
They hate yappers.
Everything about me and golf don't mix.
Well, everything about you and golf culture don't mix.
Yes. But also it's like, well, I always had a trouble because like I would need like juniors clubs. Just like, it just didn't seem like it was a fit for me, this golf business.
But I do see us if we ever get old and wealthy or when we're old and wealthy. I see us having a golf era with each other. But again, like I don't ever see me being like playing around with 3 other guys who like own a similar business to whatever business I'm in. Like that's not fun. I want to do the yap element.
But it does seem like husband and wife golfing. But like I said, husband and wife golfing seems to be much more common in millennial couples.
Yeah.
I see a lot of couples on my For You page who golf together. And I also, like I said to you, I think that the fact that there's so many women's golf apparel stores opening up, there's a big cool one that just opened up in LA for women specifically, golf apparel, is a sign that millennial couples get along with each other better than boomer couples did.
Although you know what our problem would be if we actually golf with each other? It would inherently get competitive and you get really, really upset because I'd destroy you. I think I'd just clearly be much better at golf than you. And I think that would wear on you, even if we're having good conversations.
Why do you think clearly you'd be better at golf than me? I've actually played golf more than you have.
I don't know. I feel like
you caddied.
I did caddy a lot. But here's the thing. I could play the caddy card because I caddied a lot. And I could be like, see, I've been around golf more. It's like, that didn't actually make me better at golf in any way. In fact, actually, here's what I will say. It made me look at them doing it and be like, what you're doing isn't even that hard. I just think that I tend to have more of the skills that would translate to golf.
Have you swung a club before? Is it possible you caddied and you never?
No,
Did you go to the driving range?
I think I did once because some of the old businessmen, as like a joke with each other, they put a $50 bill on the green and they had all of their caddies each hit a ball toward the green to see who could get it closer, and the one who got it closest got the $50.
And how'd you do?
I don't think I won the $50. I don't think I won the $50. Did I? I don't know.
I feel like if you won it, you'd know.
Yeah.
And I feel like you would have wanted to hit the ball again.
I would have gotten the fever.
Yeah.
And then
if you had won $50 from hitting a ball, you absolutely would have done it again.
Would have gotten the fever.
What do you mean? You're like, I don't know. Maybe I didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah. But I must not have, because the fact that I did, I was probably like, I don't even care anyway.
Yeah.
I'll never golf.
So you hit the club one time?
I think legitimately I hit the club one time.
So here's my thing. I would guess I have at least 20 solid hours of like driving range experience.
Yeah.
So.
But I also think, like, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I think I have more precision than you. I also think most importantly with golf, I have more patience than you. And I think that would really help me win. I think it would be a problem. I think we would be having a little bit of fun.
Problem?
Because I think we'd be having fun on the golf course, we'd be
Yeah.
having a good conversation, and then around hole 4 or 5, you would realize that I'm several strokes ahead of you, and then you would start to really focus. You wouldn't want to talk, and you want to focus on catching up with me. And then at that point, I'm kind of getting annoyed. And then in my annoyance, I'm like, well, check this out. And I try to really lay it on thick, and then I'm focusing on increasing my lead. You're focusing on trying to catch up, and then you're getting pissed at me for trying. And then by hole 18, like we don't even want to talk to each other.
I could see that because, again, one of my most negative qualities is that I am very competitive, but also like not that good at things.
Well, you're good at a great many
I'm good
things.
at a great many things, but like little like kind of game things like that. It's like I can get the competitive bug, but I do think I Dana Donnelly lack certain fine motor skills. Like
you lack the attention span and the patience required for minute focused actions.
Yes.
You're about explosive bursts of energy.
I'm also big picture.
I think you're big picture. I mean, if there was a sport, obviously physically this wouldn't work for you. But if there was a sport where mentally I think you'd be attuned to, I think it would be football. Because football is all about you just get everything ready for quick sprints of like 5 to 10 seconds and then reset.
That's
it's not
actually really
about
true.
sustained focus as much.
But girls like me don't get to play football.
Girls don't play football at all.
Yeah.
Unless there's some like female league I'm accidentally being incredibly disrespectful toward.
And to any female footballers out there, we are sorry.
We're
if any
sorry.
of the Shakers are footballers, someone said that they want to be called the Shakers.
There's something kind of fun about this. There's also something kind of very like 1950s sock hop about it.
Yeah, the Shakers.
The Shakers.
So instead of the milkshakes, they can be the Shakers. Do you like that?
I like it. There's something about it that feels very Stars Hollow, Gilmore Girls. It feels very twee in a good way.
Yeah, I like the Shakers. So for now, they can be the Shakers. But if they're
But is that too far away from Midnight Milkshake?
Shaker? No.
Shaker?
Midnight Milkshaker. Shaker. They're the Shakers.
You keep saying Shaker, and I'm hearing it. I just don't know.
Well, let us know, Shakers.
Yeah.
Let us know if you identify as a shaker or milkshake. Anyway.
Speaking of being competitive and bringing it all back to pictures,
Yeah.
there is sometimes, I swear to God, you try to outmog me in photos. And if you take a picture of the two of us where I look particularly good, I've noticed that you don't like that one. And you always gravitate toward the pictures where you look really good and I don't look as good. And I think it's a subconscious thing where you're trying to outmog me in every photo.
Here's my thing. I genuinely don't agree. Like, I don't agree, but I will say I do think I have some sort of biological tendency toward narcissism, and I'm not even kidding when I say that. Like, okay, we talk about this all the time, but like, I'm always sick on your birthday. Like,
Yes.
genuinely sick on your birthday. And it's like, what the freak is that about?
Yeah.
And I always push through. I do. I think I'm a good birthday host.
I think you want to be. I genuinely believe you
I
want
try
to be.
really hard, but like for some reason, and you know what I realized? This birthday that's coming up of yours, the first day of my period is on your birthday. Like, and I know I'm gonna like have to be fighting the uphill battle of like, don't be in a bad mood. Don't be in a bad mood. What is that? Like, there's something wrong with me. Like, I'm like, dude, literally your birthday comes around and like my body like shuts down. Yeah. My mind wants to be like the best wife ever.
Yeah. Can I say this also? And I'll notice this. You say, oh, she gets sick. That's out of her control. But it's like, let me be so clear. She doesn't like get an illness. She will be on the morning of my birthday. She'll wake up feeling fine. On the night of my birthday, she'll go to bed feeling fine. But every time on my birthday, around like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., Dana will be like, I need to lay down. Sorry. Stop everything.
And this makes me sound like a really bad person.
Yeah. Also, let me be clear. It never bothers me because I always find it very funny. In fact, at this point, it is kind of a bit of like, I expect it. It's fun.
Well, I'm not this year. I'm gonna not be like that.
You've said that before. I remember one year we went to Disneyland on my birthday, and this was a year where it had already been a thing because this is truly every year we've been together. On my birthday, you've been sick, been sick, in quotations. And this year we went to Disneyland, and you literally. You made a big thing as we're driving to Disneyland. You're making a thing of like, don't worry, not getting sick. Sure enough, around 1 p.m., we needed to find a place for you to lay down and hold your tummy for like 2 hours. To be fair, that happens to a lot of people at Disneyland, though. But
at Disneyland, this makes me regret bringing it up because like I don't want people to think I'm like a genuinely bad person. But I'm like, I'm genuinely.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I do think, dare I say, I was raised by at least one obvious narcissisto, as we talk about.
Yeah.
But I am like, I wonder if there's a biological component to it. Because like, why can't I be selfless for your day?
Well, yeah, and maybe there is a biological component to it. And believe me, I have my own findings and opinions on that.
But
I won't get into
read the photos and the outmugging you and trying to outmug you. That's not conscious.
I know it's not.
But I believe you because I'm like, I think there's something ingrained in me that is evil and selfish, pathologically.
To be clear, I'm not saying evil.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's very interesting.
Yeah.
How there's a photo. If you're just taking a photo of the two of us, you'll take it and I'll be like, oh, I look good. And then you look good also. And you go, I don't like this one. And then you'll keep taking them until like I'm mid blink. And then magically that's the one you think actually captures everything about you want to capture.
The reason that I dispute this is because there are so many photos of the two of us that you really like.
Volume game.
But I think that photos are always a volume game, and I will die on that hill. I think if you don't have photos you like of yourself, you're not taking enough. And I think that's true. Like,
I think that's true.
I think that pictures are definitely a volume game. And I'm like, I can't even, unless you're willing to take 100 photos of someone, you're not trying to help them get a good photo. And I believe that as well.
Let me be so clear.
Yeah.
You can, and you have taken many great photos of me. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah.
I'm saying that your natural instinct, especially when you're taking one with the two of us in it, it gravitates toward you're trying to outmog me. On some level, you don't like the idea of the focus of the photo not being Dana.
I'm not conscious of that.
I know, but you've taken amazing photos.
Yeah.
But you've also deleted many great photos because I equal
rebuke
mog
that.
you.
I don't
I'm trying to
delete. I don't
equal mog
delete
you.
a lot of photos because there's no reason to because I have cloud storage. So you generally don't delete photos.
Well, they suddenly fall by the wayside, and they're not part of our narrative.
Well, yeah, because why would I want to include photos where I don't like how I look in our narrative in the same way that you wouldn't want to include photos that you don't like how you look?
I'm saying with magically you don't like how you look whenever I look good.
There are pictures where I don't look good and you look good and you want to post those and I don't want that. Why would I want that?
No, but this is what I'm saying.
What?
Your standard for you don't look good, it's just that I look good. In the photo, your standard for Dana, don't look good is just, does Robert look good in this?
That's not true.
Fuck.
I don't even look at you in pictures. Like, I don't even look at you. Like, not in a mean way or like in a dismissive way.
I mean, I don't believe
I only
you, so
look
it
at
doesn't
myself.
matter.
And if I don't like
matter.
how I look in it.
I'm not taking this in a mean way because I find it fundamentally untruthful.
Okay. Well, to that I say, I don't know.
Well, no, there's nothing to be said or done.
Okay.
And let me be so clear. Like, I find these things to be amusing.
Right.
You getting sick on my birthday, I legitimately think is funny. Was I always say about Dana?
They're going to think I'm a bad person.
No, if anything, I'm worried they'll think I'm a bad person. Because I'm worried they'll think that, like, on my birthday, like, I'm throwing a tantrum because you get sick or something.
No,
which I definitely don't do. I never mind.
Robert is always, I say this about Robert. Robert is in a good mood more than anyone I've ever met in my whole fucking life.
Yeah.
Like, you really are a master of your own peace and mood.
Yeah.
And even if I am being a brat, Robert doesn't really even let that affect him.
Well, because it's kind of, with you, I will say it's fundamentally amusing.
Right.
Where something you've really scored and figured out is that you can be as rude, as inconsiderate, as belligerent, as bratty as you'd like, and it plays comedic.
Right.
Because you do it funny.
Yeah.
You again, as we always say, you have a certain Miss Piggy Muppet quality.
Yeah.
Where the more fired up and angry you get, the more endearing and amusing it is.
Well, I do think that's God's gift to me.
Yeah.
Is that I have a rageful, annoying, you know, kind of like a really off-putting spirit and
imagine
energy.
if anyone else said that. I think that was God's gift to me. I have a really annoying, enraging spirit.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like there's something about that where the vibe shifted. But when you do it,
when I do it,
it's pure amusement.
Yeah.
It's welcome to the Muppet Show.
It's welcome to the Muppet Show.
It's time to.
Well, I always say that's like we say I'm like ageless like Miss Piggy, and I also was recently realizing I think I'm also raceless like Miss Piggy. I don't think people really associate me with a race. Shakers, do you guys think I'm a race? I don't think I'm a race. Like, not to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't have any like racial associations.
Well, Miss Piggy's Ecuadorian. Everyone knows that, right? That's how we were taught in my house. I like the idea of like, you know how Santa all over the world, they'll change Santa's race to match
Black
whatever
Santa.
culture. Yeah, and I'm sure many others, but like
Asian Santa.
Yeah, wherever Santa is, the iconography of Santa matches the race of like kind of that demographic. I like to think like they do the same thing with like the Muppets and we don't know about it. Like there's just Asian Miss Piggy, there's Black Miss Piggy, there's South American Miss Piggy.
I love that.
They should.
They should. That's iconic. I also think that's dare I say, kind of maybe an economically strategic move.
Well, it's the way they
There's money to
remake.
be made.
It's the way they like remake like sitcoms and stuff with like casts from different areas. Like they've done like The Office in Russia. They've done I think Friends in Japan.
Well, Euphoria was originally an Israeli show.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Have you seen the photos of Dua Lipa and Caleb Turner's wedding? Or the photos of Dua Lipa and Caleb Turner just globetrotting and like being on yachts, like grabbing each other's ass and like looking hot.
I have seen those. Yeah. They're very inspirational. Aspirational? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I could never achieve that.
Well, it's almost beyond
it's not
aspiration.
it is. It's aspirational. Aspirational is when you go, oh my God, like I aspire to one day be like that. Inspirational is like, I could do that. So
Yeah.
I would say it's aspirational.
It's aspirational.
Yeah. It's very aspirational. As celebrities should be.
Yeah, well, I also think like Dua Lipa and Caleb Turner, they look
Is it Caleb or Callum?
It's probably Callum. It's British or whatever. Sorry.
Callum and Dua.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm
Does she
unfamiliar.
go by Dua? Huh? Do people call her Dua?
Well, they don't call her Don'ta. Hey, come on.
Reluctant.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
But anyway, it's like, is it Callum? It probably is Callum Turner. It's British.
Callum?
Get back in.
Yeah, probably. How do you think Dua Lipa says it?
Callum.
Yeah.
Dua probably Dua's too hot to use consonants. She's like, Callum.
Callum.
Come here. Callum.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I feel like he doesn't talk like that. I feel like
he doesn't talk at all.
you think?
I bet when he's around her, he's just like, I don't think that. Maybe they don't speak. Maybe they.
She has like a book club though. She presents herself as kind of like an intellectual
No, I
in
think
her
she's
brand
smart.
and identity.
To be clear,
I
I think
think
she's
she
smart
is as well.
But I also think like when you're smart and you're hot and you're just like on a yacht in Ibiza, you don't need to prove it.
Right, like what's to say?
What's to say? Like,
but you don't think they're talking like literature on the yacht? I could see them like really like almost doing like book club vibes.
Dude, what if this is why we'll never be on the yacht. Because like it'd be like Callum Turner and Dua Lipa. They're like rolling around in the front of the yacht with the sun and like the mist from the sea hitting them.
Yeah.
And we're like leaning over the railing. Hey, are you guys talking about books? What are you guys talking
What are you
about?
guys talking about? No, they probably are. They're probably like reading Jung.
What's that?
Carl Jung.
Is
the
that a philosopher?
psychologist. Are you joking?
I don't know who that is.
Like Jung?
I don't know who Jung is.
He's like a really famous psychologist.
I only know Freud.
Jung has a lot of he's one of the fathers of modern psychology. Along with Freud.
They
kind of like co-parent modern psychology.
Freud did Everyone Wants to Fuck Their
Yeah.
Mom. I assume Jung did anything else.
Jung is the one who said the thing that we like to talk about, where it's like when you do your work diligently, in earnest, in solitude, unknown allies will seek you out.
Yeah.
So he had more psychological theories that expanded to like your interpersonal abilities and connections.
It is also funny, like Freud is called like the father of modern psychology, but it's like every other psychologist big thing is stuff like that. It's very flowery language, and Freud's just like, you kind of think your mom's hot, don't you?
Right. Don't you think your mom is freaking hot?
And then I'm like, well, no, not really. And Freud's like, come on.
Also, because Freud is the father of modern psychology, it's very much like, okay, so you think psychology wants to fuck you, Freud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Freud thinks that psychology wants to fuck him.
Freud's like, everyone wants to fuck their parents. And also, I'm kind of like everyone's parent.
All of this was just Freud trying to be like, and you guys all want to fuck me, right?
Yeah, come on.
Daddy?
I'm daddy.
Yeah, that was Freud. Freud was the one who said that I'm daddy.
Yeah. And that was Freud's whole thing.
Yeah. But yeah, Dua Lipa and Callum Turner are definitely they celebrity right.
They celebrity correct. Well, Dua Lipa and Callum Turner, they literally live the exact lifestyle that rich, hot, young celebrities should be living.
Yes.
Every photo I see of them, I go, exactly. By the way, could not tell you a single thing he's been in, but I can tell you that, like, I look at him and I go, like, you're famous. You're a celebrity, sir.
I can look at him and eyeball like, oh, he's probably someone.
Oh, yeah, he's somebody.
Yeah.
He's
but
somebody.
there are a lot of famous people nowadays that like you wouldn't know they were famous.
Well,
Like
I'm not even trying to be rude, but it's like every time I see Dua Lipa and Callum Turner, they're like looking drop dead gorgeous, like again on a yacht outside of Ibiza. Every time I see Tom Holland, he's like wearing like ill-fitting H&M with bags under his eyes, trying to sell non-alcoholic beer through some embarrassing anecdote on a podcast.
They do think the celebrities who strive for relatability, that ultimately will be their death.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that if you're a celebrity, you should even be trying to be relatable. You should be actively trying to be aspirational.
Yes.
As Dua and Callum are. And like we talk about a lot with Tom Holland, who again, we like.
I like Tom
We're
Holland.
big fans of his work. I think he seems like a nice dude.
He seems genuinely
He seems
kind.
genuinely really kind. And I think he's very talented. I'm a big Spider-Man girl. Love him and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think, his rounds on the podcast circuit have left me thinking that he's common. It makes him seem kind of common.
Well, let me be honest. Let me give
Yeah.
every caveat at myself.
Yeah.
I think Tom Holland seems very nice. I know he's definitely very talented. I imagine he has very good politics, and I imagine he is a lovely family member and spouse. Congratulations to Zendaya.
Congratulations.
That being said, every single thing he says on a podcast makes me want to crawl out of my skin.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like the fact that he's even there makes me go like, what are you doing here? What's going on?
Well, yeah. I mean, most recently, I think he was on a podcast because he's trying to sell.
His non-alcoholic beer.
Which, again, the whole premise of non-alcoholic beer is inherently flawed because no one has ever wanted to drink beer because they love the taste. They want to drink beer because of the way it makes them feel. So if you say, what about a beer that didn't get you drunk but tasted like shit? It's like, well, why would I want that? Like, what purpose does that serve?
What purpose does that serve? Dare I say, here's what else I'll say. Every time Tom Holland goes on a podcast, I can tell that he is a victim of on-set tutoring. I can tell that you are a child actor and you were taught in a trailer by a tutor who was hoping to get cast as an extra in the thing you're acting in.
Yeah.
And all things considered, turned out great.
Yeah.
Turned out great.
He could be worse.
Yeah. Also, to be clear, we like Tom Holland.
Yeah, we really like him. But I'm like, it just is interesting because I think non-alcoholic beer, we were saying this. I think a lot of celebrities have this kind of, a lot of specifically, I would say child star celebrity types. They seem to have this gear where when they recognize a problem about themselves or like they develop certain like self-awareness, when they develop certain levels of self-awareness, they immediately jump to entrepreneur brain. What's a product that I can make for the consumer market that is related to my issue? So for Tom Holland, he realized that he had a problem with alcohol. And most people, when they realize they have a problem with alcohol, they go, oh, I guess I should stop drinking. But a certain kind of celebrity, when they have a problem with alcohol, they go, what's the business I can do here?
Yeah.
You know?
And to be clear, I guess I imagine he's genuine in his efforts because I'm sure his financial manager is like, what are you doing?
Right. Like, I'm sure that this wasn't a good financial move.
It is also interesting because a lot of times in the comments, I will see people, whenever Tom Holland talks about his non-alcoholic beer, the comments are filled with people being like, it's so great he's doing this. It's so great. But I'm like, I know you're not going to buy the beer. You don't want it.
I just can't see the beer selling well.
Yeah.
And again, that's no shade to Tom Holland. I just think that non-alcoholic beer, including O'Doul's, the most popular non-alcoholic beer brand, that's always seemed like crazy to me.
But it's also this thing too, where it's like, this is what I'm saying. When I see Tom Holland, I want to think about that's Spider-Man. Him and Zendaya are iconic. And instead, I do think that's Spider-Man. Him and Zendaya are iconic. And I also go non-alcoholic beer, and that time that he said American food is bad because it comes from Hamburg, Germany, even though that's not true.
That's not
though
true.
it did originate in America.
Yeah.
But, whatever. But again, like, why am I thinking this?
Why am I thinking
I
of
don't want
this?
to think about this.
Exactly. And again, I think what you're speaking to, because, okay, Tom Holland and Zendaya are both as hot as Callum and Dua, but what Callum and Dua have going for them is mystery.
Yes. By the way, I think Zendaya has mystery.
No, Zendaya has, she
and
does
there's
have
even
mystery.
part of me that goes, Tom Holland, you're fucking up Zendaya's mystery.
Well, when he says things like, Z's never had a beer, I'm like, I didn't want to know that about Z.
Well, when he goes, yeah, we
Respect.
really wanted to make a non-alcoholic beer for Z to drink. And also there's something about that that's kind of nefarious, where it's like, so wait, you're using your romance as like an excuse to like sell your CPG product. Like you're trying to like take advantage of stan culture, knowing that people stan you and Zendaya to sell your non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah. Like that just does seem odd.
It's just odd.
It's just weird.
Do I think it's bad?
No.
No.
I also, again, I believe that Tom Holland is doing this. This is his form of altruism. Like he genuinely thinks that he's like giving back.
Yeah.
By
well, here's what
making
else I'll
this
say.
CPG.
Here's what else I'll say. I think about
Getting in the CPG space.
Yeah. I think about Tom Holland and I think about Millie Bobby Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Both were child actors who kind of came up performing and were taught primarily via on-set tutors. That's where their education came from. And I actually think they both move similarly, where anytime there's a development in their life, they run to like every, podcast or press tour or pulpit. They talk about it on talk shows. Anytime they have a development, when Millie Bobby Brown got a farm, when she adopted a dog, when I think she adopted a baby, Tom Holland, when he wants to sell non-alcoholic beer, when he wants to give his theories on American food, podcasts. And I do think that's something about like when you're a child actor, you're literally trained, you belong on the stage. Your purpose, everything about your life and childhood and is built around having a camera pointed at you and performing. So I
Yeah.
guess it makes sense that as like the Tom Hollands and Millie Bobby Browns grow up, when they have a development in their life, of course they want to perform it and share it because that's what they were taught.
As they experience character development, they want to share their character.
Yeah.
And their character's development with the world. Exactly. They only know how to be like, I learned how to be a good person recently to Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
Like, if they learned how to be a good person recently, where should they talk about it? Clearly on Fallon. They're where else? What else would they be doing?
If Tom Holland sprained his ankle, we would all hear about it quickly. You know what I mean? He would be like he would be on a podcast with Jay Shetty and he's like, and I sprained my ankle.
And it really made me realize how much we use our ankles.
We use our bodies and it made me grateful.
So many of us don't even have ankles.
So many just don't even have ankles.
So
and then Jay Shetty like staring into his soul is like, wow.
So I've created this new line of ice packs.
I have new ice packs and I wanted Z to have an ice pack.
And I realized Z also has had so many problems with her ankles.
And meanwhile,
I can't do it.
well, it is funny. Like, meanwhile, Zendaya is like creating like the perfectly like mysterious image, and then Tom Holland will get on a podcast and be like, "So I was talking to Z about the ice pack I made for her," and it's like, dude,
don't tell people that Z is using the ice pack.
And again, I can't emphasize this enough.
Yeah.
I'm pro Tom Holland
No,
and Z.
we like literally are pro Tom and Z.
Okay, all right. Can I say this real quick? My biggest frustration with the way the internet discusses celebrities is I feel like the internet only knows how to discuss celebrities to cancel them or to stand them.
Yeah, the cancel or stand.
It's cancel or
matrix.
stand.
Yeah.
Nothing can be in the middle. So if I'm going to say something like, I like Tom Holland a lot. I love him as Spider-Man. He's so talented in movies. I'm excited to see his next movie. He also seems like a good dude. I also find his podcast to be cringe-inducing, and I wish he would do less podcast appearances. I find it annoying. It makes me like him less. People would then come at me because they stand Tom Holland. And it's like, no. I like the guy too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, hey, man, pull it back.
Well, it does seem like the internet lacks the capacity to handle nuanced opinions on celebrities.
Yes.
And that is really frustrating because if we are to actually... It's like if we are to actually care about these celebrities, obviously it would make sense that, nobody is perfect.
Yes.
They have a myriad and a mix of qualities. Some are good, some are bad, some we like, some we don't, some we resonate with, some we don't really understand.
And I would go so far as to say you like them because of the imperfection part.
Right.
Part of liking them is being able to be like, isn't it also like he's so kooky on podcasts?
Right.
But instead I have to pretend Tom Holland is great on, like, I love his podcast appearances.
Right. It's like either like I love them or I hate them. But it's like, no, like the reality is I feel positively toward most people I don't know because I don't know them.
Yeah.
And that being said, like obviously I'm gonna have like caveats or like real human responses to when they say things and I'm like, ugh, why'd you say that?
Yeah.
Like, does that make me evil? Does that mean I hate them? No.
Does it mean I hate Tom Holland to be like,
No.
I don't want your non-alcoholic beer?
Right,
I
I'm not-
don't think anyone else does either, and I don't think you should be selling it.
And we don't like it when he called alcohol funky juice.
I didn't like that.
We didn't like that.
I didn't enjoy
But we
that.
like Tom Holland. We think that he's valid. We don't think that anyone should do anything now.
Well, okay.
I don't know
well,
why I
now
said
I don't
that.
know what that. We
Anyway.
think that if you're on your way to do something to Tom Holland,
Stop.
don't
Turn
knock it off.
around. Get in your car. Turn around.
Get in your car and
Leave
turn
him
around.
alone.
Leave Tom Holland alone. You know what? I'm
Yeah.
gonna order a case of his non-alcoholic
Yeah, actually,
beer.
we're gonna be drinking it on the
Yeah.
next episode of Midnight Milkshake.
What brand does Z like? I want to make sure I get what Z likes.
Well, yeah, Tom Holland tells us Z's favorite flavor.
And
of
also,
their
obviously,
non-alcoholic
you
beer.
might be wondering why they're going on about Tom Holland. It's because we were planning to launch our own brand of non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, and obviously, it's gonna be really hard to compete with Tom's.
So,
Anything else?
no. Hey, just stay shaking it up.
Shakers, keep it shaken.
Shakers.
Shakers,
Keep
keep
it-
on. No, shakers, keep on shaking. Okay,
Okay.
I'm three. Shakers, keep on shaking.
I think that's now a whole different brand.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.